Before this hearing even gets started, you need to understand just how unbelievable this situation really is. A man who already served 13 years on a life sentence walks out of prison, and within 6 months, he's back in court facing new charges for assault and theft. Now the defendant is asking the judge for a PR bond, which basically means being released without paying bail, simply promising to show up for court. But here's the problem. This isn't someone with a clean slate. According to the court record, he has over 20 prior cases in the same county. So, the big question becomes, should someone with that kind of history get another chance to walk free? Because what happens next in this courtroom is not just about one stolen phone or one alleged assault. The judge is about to deliver a powerful message about consequences, accountability, and the limits of second chances.
That's jail. So let me get this right. In Harris County alone, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 different cases. You pick up and you get life on an engaging case in Montgomery County, and they parole you out. And now you've picked up a theft case and an assault case. How long did you do on that life sentence?
13 years.
So on a life sentence, you do 13 actual years. When did you get out?
November 1st, 2023.
So 6 months later, an assault and a theft case. And you want me to give you a PR bond? You know, when I've got 4 kids, I love my kids to death, right? And when my kids mess up, I say, come on, Alex, stop it. Okay, Dad. And he says, okay, I'm not going to do it again. And then he does it again. And then if I don't do anything, what happens? Does it again. And then I found the only way I get through to him, there has to be some kind of consequence. Because what happens if he keeps saying sorry and then does it again? Sorry, does it again. Sorry, does it again. 21 times? Has he gotten it? Mr. Smith, after 21 sorries, has he gotten it? Have you gotten it? Freaking life sentence. And now here, it's a theft of a cell phone, right? Tell me about this. Tell me about the theft.
Because they're both out of the same transaction.
At this point, the judge is clearly trying to make something very simple understood. Patterns matter in court. When someone appears before a judge again and again with new charges, it raises serious questions about whether prior punishments actually change their behavior. The judge's comparison to parenting is intentional. He's illustrating the idea that without consequences, apologies lose their meaning. And from a legal standpoint, that matters when deciding something like a PR bond, which relies heavily on trust that the defendant will follow the law and return to court. But here's where the story takes a surprising turn. The case itself centers on an alleged assault during a dispute over a cell phone, and as the prosecutor begins explaining what happened, we start to hear details that might complicate the situation even further.
From what the DIM state is that on June 18th, the officer responded to a residence located at 2555 Grand Canyon Drive in reference to a family disturbance call for service. Complaining witness advised on the date she was with the defendant in a vehicle when defendant saw complaining witness' boyfriend calling her. Complaining witness advised she's in an intimate relationship with the defendant. Complaining witness had stated that she was upset with the defendant Complaining witness advised the defendant took possession of her cell phone and refused to give it back. Stated the defendant dropped her off at a residence and she used her daughter's cell phone to find the location of her cell phone. Complaining witness stated her cell phone was pinging at the residence where the defendant was located at. She arrived and made contact with the defendant through the gated door. Defendant was holding onto the gate while speaking to each other, and as she requested her cell phone back, the complaining witness stated that the defendant refused to give her cell phone and hit her with an open hand strike to the left side of her face, causing her pain. She said that she did feel pain, but did not want to pursue charges at the time.
Because she wanted a cell phone back. Mr. Smith, should I give you a PR bond? Sorry?
Judge, that's your choice, Judge.
Yes, if I may.
Sure.
I spoke to the complaining witness and the witness on this matter. They have both recanted their statements. The complaining witness has stated knowing the charges that could be filed against her for falsifying her report to a police officer. She stated that she did lie about the situation, that she was being, she just lied about the situation as a whole. I talked to both the witness and complaining witness again, just right now, and they both stated that they,
Do you have a
again,
911 call or anything like that?
that's the only thing we're waiting on. That's why we cannot dismiss this case. We have to do a full evaluation, especially.
Right. I'd like to know if there's a 911 and if they corroborate what initially happened on the.
Now this is where the courtroom dynamic becomes even more complicated. The alleged victim has recanted her statement, admitting that she may have lied in the original report. But even when a witness changes their story, that doesn't automatically make the case disappear. Prosecutors still have to investigate things like 911 recordings, police reports, and other evidence to determine what actually happened. But notice something important. The judge's decision about the PR bond isn't just about this single incident. It's about the defendant's long criminal history and the fact that these charges happened shortly after being released from a life sentence. In the end, the judge refuses to grant the PR bond, making it clear that public safety and accountability outweigh the request for another chance. And now we want to hear from you. Do you think the judge made the right call here? Should someone with this history get another opportunity for release, especially when new charges appear so quickly after parole? If you found this case as shocking as we did, hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more jaw-dropping courtroom breakdowns and real legal drama.
Day in question, right?
Yes, Judge.
You know, we don't ask for much in Harris County. You know, I don't know about Montgomery County, how they do things, but all we want our streets to be safe. And I would be remiss to think that you were even lucky to be out in the free world when you get a life sentence. You're even lucky to be out. And now you want me to, after I've admonished my kid 21 times, and now you want another PR bond? Ain't gonna happen, dude. At some point, we'll get through to you that it can't just continue like this. But I can't in good conscience give you a PR bond when you are on parole for a life sentence. And now you've picked up these two cases. You know, the sad thing is that your bond really, it's only $100. The only thing that's keeping you in at this point is $100. And I hope at some point, Mr. Smith, you do get it before you do get a life sentence that truly keeps you in for the rest of your life. All right. Thanks.